Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero, and welcome back to Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So, last time, we did a whole bunch of stuff, skipped a bunch of the order of how we were supposed to progress through the game, and we ended up getting a bunch of Pokemon. As you can see here, I've added one of them to our party. Our little buddy Kami-sama here is going to be our newest team member. We have the other three team members as well. But what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up training everyone to at least 45, see if I can rotate everyone, get them around to the same level, and basically what we're going to do today, we're going to take on all of the trainers that I've left in the dust, going through the game, not battling anyone for so long, and skipping everyone for this moment in time where I can actually go ahead and take on everyone. Yeah, I got a bite here. So today is going to be a bit of a chill episode. We're just going to take on as many trainers as possible as we make our way all the way down to Fuchsia City, which is the site of our next gym badge, where we'll have to take on the gym leader Koga, which I'll probably end up doing next episode. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through all of these trainers, because this is a really long stretch to get through. This sort of trek is really like one of the most, I guess, memorable parts of this game. I guess in every Pokemon game there's like a specific section that really stands out to me. For example, in Generation 3, the part that really stands out to me is after you beat Norman and you go back to Mauville and you go over to the right and you make your way to Fortree City. It's sort of a similar trek where there's a bunch of trainers, but I really like that sort of part of the game, and that always like really stuck out to me, and it's like sort of like the strongest memory of that game I have usually, or that specific section, just because that's usually, you know, you beat Norman, that was already hard enough, you're already pretty deep in the game, and then now you still got some parts of the game left, but not like too much, like, you know, like you're almost kind of done. And like there's this new cool section, and it's like raining, and the grass is really high, and there's a bunch of trainers everywhere, and there's a bunch of different Pokemon. Like, it's just sort of like a, I guess, refreshing part of the game. It's kind of hard to explain, but that part always really stood out to me really strongly. Similarly, when it comes to Generation 1, this entire trek here is really memorable to me. So the entire trek from all the way down from Lavender Town all the way through the like 70 routes that you go through all the way to Fuchsia City, because it's somewhat similar, except this one's a little bit more boring, it's a little bit more tedious. There's not as many new Pokemon because it's a Generation 1 game, and there's just a bunch of different trainers, and it's also, it sort of takes place around the same sort of time as it does in like Generation 3 that I just compared it to, but it's kind of a little bit differently, I don't know. But it's definitely the part of the game that sticks out to me the most when I think about it. I'm trying to think about like other parts in other generational games that have a similar effect. I would say maybe in Generation 2 it's when you go up to Mahogany. That part is pretty memorable to me. But then, like, I can't really think of anything for like Generations 4 and 5. But I think that's mainly because, like, I haven't played those games as much. But I've definitely played Generation 1 games several times, just because, you know, they've re-released them so many different times. And then Generation 2 I played countless different times. Like, I used to, I think I mentioned it in, like, the previous episode, a couple episodes back. Like, I would watch the anime, and then like I would see a Pokemon in the anime, and I was like, wow, that's a really cool Pokemon. Or they would do like a really cool move or something like that, and then I would just go restart my game in Silver or Crystal, and then find that Pokemon, and then just do an entire playthrough just for the sake of using that one Pokemon through the entire playthrough. So I've played, you know, Generation 2 several different times. Similarly, I've played Generation 3 quite a couple of times. Not so much for the same reason, but more or less just because, like, I really enjoyed having the game, or playing Pokemon games at those times. Because, like, before that, I was kind of just, like, messing around. I was a lot younger in Generation 2, just messing around with Pokemon. But then at this point, when it came to Generation 3, it was a little bit more mature, I guess, and I was more into like actually playing games, and I just really had a lot of fun playing Generation 3. But then Generation 4, I kind of just played it one time over, and then from there on out, I started getting into the competitive scene a lot more. So restarting my game wasn't really that easy of an option, because you know, you do that, and then I lose all of my Eevee trained, bred up Pokemon. So I guess that's why that hasn't happened as much. I haven't done a lot of playthroughs of a lot of the newer games, which just kind of sucks, because I really did enjoy a lot of those games. Like Diamond and Pearl was kind of weird. Like I enjoyed playing Diamond and Pearl, but it was mainly because at the time that was the first time, you know, I had actually played a Pokemon game with other people, so that was a lot of fun. But Platinum I really enjoyed a lot more than Diamond and Pearl. And then I really enjoyed Black and White and Black and White 2. Ironically, I lost any semblance of any friends that really played Pokemon during that time. It was a lot harder to actually find people, you know, in person that actually played Pokemon at that time, so I kind of had to enjoy the game more for myself at that point, which is fine, because actually the story was actually pretty solid in all those games, and I really enjoyed that. And then 6 was kind of like whatever. Kalos is sort of a weird mixed bag for me. I enjoyed a lot of things about Kalos, but I also hated a lot of things about Kalos. But in general, what I'm getting at is that I'd really like to replay these games sometime soon. But we'll see what happens. I've been really wanting to replay Generation 4, but I guess that's just because I've been anticipating the remakes that I'm assuming are going to come out sometime. But, you know, Nintendo has been really quiet about that so far. You know, I'm not complaining. There's a lot of people that are right now clamoring for, like, you know, details on Shield and Sword, and Nintendo hasn't released a damn thing since that one teaser trailer, and I'm 100% okay with that. I'm so okay with them not unloading so much information on us, because I feel like that's one of the things that they did poorly in the lead up to Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon. They just had too many trailers and they just dropped too much shit, you know? Like, we really didn't need to know a lot of that kind of stuff. Similarly, in I think Generation 6, they did the same exact thing. They could have released a lot less information, and I feel like the games, maybe they wouldn't have been as enjoyable, but I feel like we didn't need as much information. Recently, they've been doing the exact opposite, where they just, like, they announce their thing, and then they just don't say a damn fucking thing until, like, it's about to come out, and then maybe they'll release some stuff. Like, they did it recently with the release of Joker. You know, they talked about it a couple of times, and then they didn't say a damn thing until literally the night before the guy was released. And they're like, oh, by the way, we didn't forget. Here's all this information. It's coming out tomorrow. All right. Peace out. Good luck downloading and getting on the servers now. Like, I love that, because I am just so sick of, like, trailers and, you know, all of these, like, articles and all this stuff, just all this, like, overloading of information. It's just, like, too much. Like, just relax. Let there be some mystery, some spectacle. Like, I'm not saying anything about, like, spoilers per se or anything like that. It's just too much information. Sometimes it's just not worth it. You know, it's better to let people experience things on their own, I guess. I don't know. I've taken a stance against watching and keeping up with, like, trailers and rumors and leaks and stuff like that ever since Metal Gear Solid 5, because I was really hyped for that game to come out, and there was so much, like, footage and information and stuff about that game, so much speculation and stuff, and I was, like, really into all that stuff. And then the game came out, and then the anticipation, or not the anticipation, the expectation I had, because of all of that time I invested in all these trailers and videos and articles and all that other stuff, completely ruined the game for me. Granted, in my opinion, it's not very much a good game. It's sort of a mess of a game, considering a bunch of different factors. But, you know, it was just sort of like eye-opening, that experience, where it was kind of just like, alright, from now on, I'm just gonna not do this. I'm not gonna like spend all this time in all these trailers and all this stuff. I'm just gonna wait for the damn thing to come out, and then I'll enjoy it. I'll maybe watch a couple, but I'm not gonna go lose my mind over every single piece of information that dropped, because it's just not really worth it, you know. Because I just built up all these expectations and all these like theories in my head, and everyone else does the same thing, and I was like, oh well, that's really cool. Like, I enjoy the conversation and whatnot. It's really fun to like theory craft and do all that kind of stuff, but it gets to a point where it's just like way too much. Like, there's this channel on YouTube that I found randomly on my recommendations, and I before Shield and Sword came out, I've enjoyed it a lot because they would post a lot of random videos, a lot of random Pokemon related videos that were kind of like they're kind of like throwaway videos. They're like, you know, top 10 fact videos, like just a bunch of random nonsense videos that, you know, were fun to like watch and have in the background and stuff like that. But, you know, they were well done and they were entertaining. So I'd watch this channel a lot. I just watched whatever random video they had from time to time and some of their older stuff and whatnot. It was, you know, pretty enjoyable. But it also brought me back to like, there's like this big boom. I don't know the exact year. I want to say it was like 2013, 2014, where like everyone was a Poketuber, and like every single day, everyone was trying to establish their YouTube channel, trying to do Pokemon content. And it's just when like all these other Poke YouTubers came out. It was early on in the whole Let's Play era, or the early on in the whole YouTube era, really. And there was just like this phase where like it might have been just me, because I had, you know, subscribed or was in that like bubble, that recommendation bubble with like a couple of other Pokemon videos. So I would constantly be seeing other Pokemon content constantly cropping up, constantly because of the algorithm and whatnot. So I guess I noticed it a lot more than maybe other people would have, just because I was in that recommendation bubble. But that being said, yeah, there was just this time where it was just a lot of that. So I brought back some memories of that, which was really cool. But in any case, as soon as this Sun and I keep saying Sun and Moon, as soon as the freaking Shield and Sword trailer dropped, you know, he did his analysis video, just like everyone else, and I was like, alright, cool. But ever since then, it's been every single day, at least maybe like a video a day, maybe 2 videos a day, of just like milking as much Shield and Sword stuff as possible. Like, oh, the top 10 things you didn't notice about the trailer, top 10 things you did notice about the trailer, things I don't want, things I do want. Like, it's just any possible single fucking thing that you can possibly talk about that topic. The fact that there's only one trailer, keep in mind, there's just one trailer, and it's like, I don't know, 5 minutes long, 8 minutes long, 3 minutes long of like actual content, and this person has just managed to some fucking how make a video like every single fucking day about Shield and Sword somehow. Oh, it's some random shit. Somehow, like, top 10 theories of this and that, when there's like literally no content to really base anything on. It's just the one goddamn trailer is what astounds me about it. It's just one trailer, and this person has literally, since that trailer has come out, it's been at least, I think, 2 months. I'm not even sure, but it's been definitely a very long time, which means this person has uploaded a lot of different videos about the same exact topic in 50 different ways about an 8-minute trailer for a game where there has been no more information released. Like, I'm mildly impressed by their hustle. You know, I get it. Search optimization, people are looking for information, you gotta get that YouTube money, I get all of that. But at the same time, holy crap, man, relax. Give the game some time to actually come out, or, you know, get some actual information. Like, I haven't watched any of his actual videos since then. I haven't watched any of those videos, I should say. Just because there's just so fucking many of them, and like I've said before, I've been trying to not watch any of those kinds of things as often, unless they're like really interesting. But for the most part, it's just like speculation and like other stuff, and you know, I just don't really want to get into it. But just so much, the sheer magnitude of how this person produces these videos is just astounding, but depressing at the same time. So, I just don't know how I feel about that. I could have just gone here to heal. That was really pointless. I forgot that was even there. Well. In any case, let's just keep on going. I think we can battle. No, I guess we already battled. Nope. Speaking of Moonstone, I do need to find one pretty soon so I can evolve Madonna. I think I said I was going to do that last time. Just because I had looked up. And there's really nothing that Madonna can learn from here on out. She really doesn't learn any other good moves. Any moves at all, I think it was the case. The only thing I think I can get is like double A or something like that. I mean, I know Wigglytuff is not really that great of a Pokemon in general. But at least she'll have a little bit more HP and a little bit more special attack. So she'll be able to put up more of a fight, but I was also considering for Madonna just leaving her unevolved, just have some unevolved Pokemon, but then at the same time just because I've never really used unevolved Pokemon in a Pokemon playthrough, but at the same time, I already have Eevee for that, so I wasn't sure how I was going to go about that. And I definitely like Jigglypuff way more than I like Wigglytuff. I like the fact that Jigglypuff is round. I know it's really weird, but I don't like the fact that Wigglytuff is oval. Like, if Wigglytuff was also round like Jigglypuff, I would probably like Wigglytuff way more and use it way more. You know, it'd probably be more of my favorite Pokemon than Jigglypuff actually is. But something about the fact that Wigglytuff becomes like oval shaped makes me not like it as much as I do Jigglypuff, which is, I know, really weird, but maybe it's not so weird. I guess I just like, I can't even say symmetry, because, you know, it's not like Wigglytuff is not symmetrical, but it's just not spherical, which I didn't know was a requirement for me to like it. Oh wow, that hurts. Can't be surprised, I am weak to electricity, and I am an unevolved little thing. Probably gonna end up using a revive just so that, no, it's not going to Gohan. Let's go to Mr. Nito, obviously, because you're a ground type. I probably end up using a revive just because he's about to reach level 45. Should have a revive, yep. There we go. And then now we just gotta get rid of this damn thing. I've unfortunately learned that we won't be getting Earthquake for a very, well, not a very long time, but not anytime soon, per se. Maybe not for like another 5 episodes or something like that. So we have to stick with Dig. Even though Dig is supposedly about as strong as Earthquake, it's just annoying that it takes so long to actually use the move, and I feel like it's nowhere near as strong. Like, I feel like it should be a lot stronger. Like, it does 80 damage. Earthquake does 100. There's not too much discrepancy there in terms of base power. Hey, look at that! Kami-san is evolving! So I wanted to use the revive, because I'm pretty sure Hamane evolves at like level 40. But for whatever reason, they gave it to me at like level 44. Which is really weird. But hey, we got ourselves an Almastar! Nice little weird hermit crab thing with, or not hermit crab, but it's tentacles. Sharp beak rings. Its sharp beak rings its mouth. Its shell was too big for it to move freely, so it became extinct. Wow, okay. That kind of sucks. but then again, it also is a pretty slow speed-wise, so I guess that doesn't make sense. We don't want to learn Spike Cannon. Spike Cannon is a dumb move. It would be nice if you learned Ancient Power, but I guess you don't learn that right now, at the very least. Water Stone, which we don't really need. But in any case, now that our buddy here is evolved, we're actually going to swap him out for one of the other team members. So we're going to go ahead and remove you from the party, since you're already 45. That's the baseline that I'm going to have. We have here, I've actually nicknamed them all, since they're a trio. I actually went ahead and googled like trios online, but I was originally going to name them after the Soul Calibur trio of Keelik, Xianghua, and Maxi. And then I ended up doing that anyways. I was going to end up naming them after the trio from Durara, but I just ended up liking this a lot more. We're not going to end up using Keelik because he's already level 45. So we're actually going to end up using, I guess, Xianghua. Add her to the party. Just because she's the lowest level. Go ahead and use her. See if she learns any moves. I know at the very least she'll learn Ice Beam, assuming she doesn't already have it. And she can also... No, she doesn't learn Thunderbolt. That sucks. She can Brick Break, but she doesn't have any actual attack to use that way. She can't learn Dark Pulse, which sucks. Can't learn Mega Drain, can't learn Accessories, which wouldn't be good anyways. Can learn Ice Beam, which you don't apparently have. Let's go ahead and slap on an Ice Beam. What do you have, like Ice Punch? Yeah, you don't want to have Ice Punch. That doesn't really do any damage, because you have like no physical attack. I'm going to give you the Ice Punch, and then I guess later on we'll make our way to, maybe next episode when we make our way to Saffron City, we'll give her Psychic, because that's where you can get the Psychic TM. We got here, I think, there's a coach trainer. Training on a romantic bridge where you can smell the sea breeze doubles the effects of training. Let's do some coaching. Are you ready? Sure. Let's begin a Pokemon battle, yo! Let's go ahead and do that, I guess. I was hoping this episode I would be able to make it a little bit further in terms of progress, but I'll probably have to do the rest of the training off camera, just because I'm trying to record these episodes a lot shorter than usual. That's been my aim since the beginning, right? I've been trying to like edit these episodes a lot more concretely, cut out a lot of the junk for Pokemon, so I don't spend, you know, so it's not like episode 100 when I'm still playing this game. I had a running bet with myself that I would hopefully beat this game before Munching Orange. So we started about around the same time. I started a little bit later. But then he like took a big old break several times and hasn't really been playing the game as much, but now he's picked up, he's already progressed farther than I have, which is unfortunate. But that being said, I've been wanting to sort of do that throughout this entire game, where I kind of like edit out all the junk, and I think I've done a pretty good job in the beginning, but the problem with that is that I've been running into a lot of issues with like file sizes, because I've been recording a whole long, big, chunky video file, and I have to edit through it just to create, like I'll record, before it was like I would record like 2 hours of content and then cut that down to like 40 minutes or an hour, when ideally I wanted to cut it down to like 20 minutes or like 40 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that. But then my editor, the video editor that I use, has been having a lot of issues processing these big ass files. Like my computer can handle it, I can record it just fine. It's just when it comes to editing that I'm having a big issue. So I didn't really want to continue running into that issue. It's been like just a big old headache every time I record this, to the point where like I get like, not PTSD, but I just don't want to record this game at all, because I just haven't wanted to deal with the headache. Like, it's just been such an endeavor where like I just want to play some Pokemon, and it takes me like, you know, hours just to record one Pokemon video. So I've been deciding like, fuck it, if this takes me 50 episodes, it takes me 50 episodes. Who gives a shit? Who really gives a shit? I really don't give a shit anymore. I'll try not to make it that long, but I'm also not going to stress myself out anymore, because it's really not worth the stress. So that's why, like, for example, usually I would have cut out all these battles and whatnot, but you'll probably see a couple more episodes where it'll be like battles or just me ranting on. That's usually what I do in these Pokemon games, is just rant on and on and on. But oh, we got ourselves Dream Eater. Cool. Won't be ever using that, but that's cool, I guess. But yeah, you'll probably see a lot more episodes of me just being laid back, a little bit more or less editing. We'll see sort of how the flow of the game goes. There's not really too much going on. Oh, you don't heal me. Or it might be. I would assume you were the move leader, but I know you're not. You're actually this guy, which is going to give me Dazzling Gleam, which is cool because I think I can give that to my boy Madonna. My boy Madonna. My girl Madonna. I don't think Jinx can actually learn that, unfortunately. It would be cool if she does, but she cannot. But Madonna can learn it. Which is great, because that's actually a stab move, unless she has Moonblast. She doesn't have Moonblast. She doesn't have any actual moves that she can use. I'm going to get rid of Pound. I don't know why the fuck I still have Pound at this point in the game, but alright. There we go. And then I'm a little bit lazy to go all the way back to heal, so we're just going to go ahead and use this Revive here, as well as this Super Potion here to heal up Xianghua. And let's see if we can at the very least get off this bridge this episode, because I was hoping to finish the entire section in this game, this entire trek, I should say, all the way up to Future City. But we still got this section here full of trainers that I still got to go through. So that's what I mean. I'll probably just do that offline, just because I didn't think there'd be so many goddamn trainers on this bridge alone. But that's just how this game works. In any case, yeah, I've just been trying my best to like do sort of this format for this game where I kind of just play through it and do as much editing as possible, whereas like the rest of my videos are a lot less edited just because the games are a lot less edible. If that makes any sense. Like, since this is an RPG, I can spend a lot more time on it. You know, I did the whole thing with the outro and the intro and all that kind of stuff, and I tried my best to just put in a lot of effort in this one playthrough, and then the other playthroughs are a lot more simpler, so I can kind of like lay back and do those a lot easier. That was kind of like my mentality when it came to playing this game, and you know, it's worked out okay for the most part, but like I said, it's just given me a lot of unnecessary stress for no real good reason. So I've been sort of trying to figure out a way to meditate both the want to produce higher quality content, but at the same time not stressing myself out and killing myself to the point where I don't even want to do it anymore. It's no longer fun for me, you know? So that's the issue I've been having. That's kind of why, that's one of the main reasons why I took like a small break in a month ago. I was doing really good. I was, you know, being really good and consistent for the entire beginning of 2019, and then I took sort of a seasonal break, which is something I used to do before, which was actually not really a bad idea whatsoever. What I would do is I would record 3 months in a row, or I would upload content for 3 months in a row. Then I'd take a month off, and then another 3 months would go by and I would upload more content. It was basically by season. So, you know, and I could do it like actually by season. So like I'd have like a winter season and a fall season and stuff like that. Well, not so much because I don't have 3 seasons technically. Because, you know, I would lose 3 months just not actually upload. But you get what I would mean. And it was a lot of fun because I really like planning out the content that I'm going to do. Even more so sometimes than actually doing, excuse me, or actually recording the videos and whatnot. So that was always really a lot of fun. But I did something similar like that just because of like, I had some health issues that I had to take care of. just in general, I was getting a little bit burnt out. And stressed out for no real good reason. And I needed to sort of just take a step back and reevaluate what it was that was going on. But now I'm back, so hopefully things should be going on. I was hoping to not take that long of a break. It was also convenient because I had also gone on vacation at that time. I took a small vacation for myself from like work to go to WrestleMania this year, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, in general, that's sort of what happened there. And I feel a lot more refreshed now. But as I was saying, during that time, I gave a lot of thought to this whole format, and I still don't have the right answer, obviously. But I'm hoping that instead what I'll do is that I'll kind of just go through the motions and figure it out. That's always just been kind of my sort of forte, or my way of solving issues with my channel. It's kind of just go with the flow, and things kind of just work things out. I mean, that's usually just how everything works for me on this channel. Like, for example, when it comes to like my commentary style, it's kind of just I just sit and just rant for a bit, and just, you know, no real scripting or planning or like any of that stuff. It just kind of happens. Like, especially when I do like actual scripted videos, I don't write actual scripts. What I'll do is I'll just like sit and think, and then write like bullet points or like notes or like fragments of sentences and stuff like that. That just come off from the top of my head, and then I'll just have like these points to bring up while I do the scripted video, and then I'll just still actually wing it, even though it is like a scripted video. For the most part, it's still, you know, me winging it, because I'm just not really good at like writing scripts per se, and you know, I'm also not really good, I guess, performing in those conditions, like reading off a script or, you know, doing that kind of planning. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm good at planning stuff out, but when it comes to like videos, content like that, I'm just so much better at like doing things on the fly and just sort of however it works out and however it works out. I don't know what it is. That's just always been just how things have worked out for me the best, and I haven't really wanted to mess around with that formula too often. But we're just gonna go over here. I believe there's a little Pokeball. Gonna trample all these little annoying Pokemon here. That's fine, because we actually already caught all of these guys, so we don't have to worry too much about them. Pick up this ball here, which is just APP up. Nothing too great. Alright. Well, that was a little disappointing. In any case, I think that will do it. Like I said, we still got a long ways to go. I don't want to spend 2 episodes in a row just taking on trainers. So next time around, we will have already taken on everyone here, and we'll probably be in Future City. I don't think I've showed off Future City, so we'll maybe walk around there a little bit, or maybe I already did. But in any case, we'll be taking on Koga. Stay fresh.
Who's that Pokémon?
Chansey.